Okay, good evening to all of you. We are starting a new interesting topic for you, that is trade and tariff war. So you must have read in the newspapers after 2nd April 2025. So we'll be discussing this topic, trade tariff war, at length. So first of all, what do you understand by tariff? By tariff, I mean to say that the extra burden levied on the items. It may be custom duties, it may be additional taxes on export and import from one country to another country. So all the governments of all the countries are levying tariff on export and import. And with the order of Trump on 2nd April 2025, a tariff trade war has started. Initially, this war was targeting Canada, Mexico, and China. But now recently, in an order, he has given reprieve for 90 days to almost number of countries minus China. So what happens after 90 days? It is still a guess that how this war will continue. So first of all, we'll have to look at the presentation we have made for you, and then we will have discussion on this topic and articles which have been circulated to you on various channels, on Telegram channels. We'll be going through those articles. And we'll be concluding on this subject, tariff war. So initially, it was 26% of the tariff imposed on our country because of the import duties on automobiles, key parts, engine transmission, power transmission, electric components, etc. So on 2nd April, Trump celebrated Liberation Day. He called it as a Liberation Day as far as the America is concerned. He has been elected second time as President of the America for making the America great again. He unleashed tariff war on all countries, whether they are friends or foes. By foe means they are adversaries to the United States. JP Morgan, one of the banker and economist, has described this tariff war as macroeconomic shock, which will lead not only US but the whole globe to recession. So JP Morgan is one of the banker who has said that this is a macroeconomic shock, not only for the United States, but for the whole globe, which will lead to recession. So question is, what are reciprocal tariffs? Reciprocal tariff means the tariff levied on export and import from one country to another country, and all the countries want to have extra revenue earning by this method. So the aim of this reciprocal tariff, as far as the United States is concerned, to reshore manufacturing. Reshore manufacturing means the manufacturing should come back to United States. Cars, electronics, chips, these all semiconductors chips which are being manufactured. This should be manufactured in United States so that United States gets more revenues. And the second impact of it is to reduce the bilateral trade deficit. Bilateral trade deficit, America wants to reduce, especially with the China. We are, as India is concerned, we are running with bilateral trade surplus. We are not running in deficit. We are running in bilateral trade surplus. But with China, they want to reduce this deficit. So This 2nd April order is compared with Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. In 1930, this kind of act was implemented, which brought recession at that time, not only to the America but to the whole world. So, according to economists, this is being recalled as Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act 1930. Countries like South Korea, Japan, Vietnam having FTA not spared. What do you mean by FTA? By FTA, we mean free trade agreement. So countries which were in league with the United States having trade agreements, free trade agreement, South Korea, Japan, and Vietnam, they have also not been spared and tariff has been levied upon them. So overall aim of this tariff is to undermine China-centered global value chain. China has established factories in all over the world, in especially those countries where the labor is cheap and where the land is cheap, where the raw material is cheap. So China is manufacturing goods in those countries and they are also sending these goods, that is they are exporting these goods to USA, not only from America, but from all these countries which are considered as China-centered global value chain. It will lead to increase in prices. So what will happen with this reciprocal tariff? Prices will increase. Slump in demand. By slump in demand means demand will be reduced. So ultimately reciprocal tariff will lead to negotiation. Both the countries will come on table. They will go for trade agreement. So high volatility is expected and uncertainty for times to come is expected. So the aim of the reciprocal tariff is to bring the whole world to the negotiating table so that America can bargain according to its own interests. So this was by 2nd April order, tariff levied on China 20% plus 34, that is 54% initially, but now it is going up to 125, 150%, Bangladesh 37%, Vietnam 46%, Indonesia 32%, India 27%, Canada and Mexico 10%, UK, that is United Kingdom and European Union 10 to 20%. So Trump is reversing damage left by previous government. What is the Trump? Trump is saying that previous government, those governments which ruled the country, America, previously, they have done great damage and I am reversing that damage. How it will impact India? How this reciprocal tariff will impact India? Gem and jewelry, auto components, solar photovoltaic cells hit, it will be 27%. Steel and aluminum 25%, pharma and apparel industry exempted, agriculture sector exempted. So, as per the initial order of 2nd April 2025, this was 26 to 27%, and now currently he has given reprieve. Reprieve का मतलब है time. He has given a pause. That is 90 days pause. After 90 days, he will be thinking again whether this will be continued or not. Presently, he has said that 10% with all the countries, but with China, it is more than 125%. So aim of reciprocal tariff negotiation. What is the aim of reciprocal tariff? That he wants to bring the whole world to the negotiating table. He is targeting China. China is accused of currency manipulation, keeping yuan undervalued. China's currency is yuan. So China has deliberately kept its currency undervalued. And WTO, that is World Trade Organization, has become irrelevant. Next target will be Mexico, Vietnam, European Union, from where China has invested huge money and what is termed by Donald Trump as global chain value. Global chain value. Trade deficit exists with the United States as far as China is concerned. It will hit China's export. China will seek alternate markets. So what will happen? Now trade deficit exists between the United States, and if 125 to 150% tariff is levied on any of the goods which is going out of China, so demand will be reduced. With this reduced demand, what China will do? China will like to seek alternate markets. Alternate market means Asian markets, where Chinese goods are already available and there is a huge consumption for Chinese goods. Consider our case also in Diwali, we all kind of puja material comes from China. So it is also one of the consuming hub. India is also one of the consuming hub. How India can exploit this situation? Now, what is for India? How India can exploit this situation? India should be vigilant not to fall prey to elephant dragon tango. India should be vigilant. India should be vigilant. By vigilant means India should be cautious because China will be dumping our market with Chinese good. Recently, we had an peace treaty with China after Galwan Valley incident of 2020. And after this, irritants of border have been reduced. So Chinese minister said that elephant means India, and dragon means China. Both can have dance, tango, dance. Both can dance together. Means there should be serious um, business partnership among elephant and dragon. By elephant, we mean India, and by dragon, we mean China. To flood own markets with Chinese good, what it did in Indonesia. In Indonesia, it flooded the Chinese good and it led to shutting off many firms in Indonesia, and resultantly there was huge unemployment. So this can happen with us, but we have to exploit the situation. We have to remain the vigilant. Now currently it is in news that he has given reprieve for 90 days. So pause, there is a pause, and 10% tariff now, time available till fall. By fall, I mean to say September. September 2025, we have sufficient time to go for the bilateral trade agreement, negotiate with the United States as far as the commerce is concerned, export and import is concerned. We should have bilateral trade agreement with the United States. Author is saying that we should work with United States, European Union, and UK. We should not only focus our trade agreements with the United States, but we should talk to European Union, United Kingdom. 38.1% of export of mercantile is going to these three hubs, that is United States, European Union, and UK. 16.5% of import. India runs trade surplus with US, unlike China, Japan, and South Korea. Unless China, Japan, and South Korea. Reduce barrier to trade in services. Barrier to trade in services means we should provide IT professional and skilled workers. We should provide IT professionals and skilled workers. We should lower NTF, non-tariff barriers. What do you mean by non-tariff barriers? Anyone? Okay. Non-tariff barriers means the barriers we generally impose for quality control. Barriers we impose for quality control. There is an organization in India which goes for the Bureau of Indian Standards. Bureau of Indian Standards Certification. Bureau of Indian Standards Certification. What does it mean? It means that in order to protect our domestic industry, we allot quotas, we allot licenses, we go for the controlled manufacturing of the things, we go for the controlled export and controlled import, so that our own domestic industry is not hit. It also includes the patent rights. It also includes the patent right. So the author is saying that these non-tariff barriers should be reduced by our country if we have to enter into the market of United States, European Union, and UK. Carbon border tax on import should be reduced. India is guilty of issuing quality control orders on chemicals, fibers, cement, electronic devices. Bureau of Indian Standard Certification. So we'll have to give leverage so that India becomes an investment destination. Investment destination. India should make long-term policies and strategies so that Indian market attracts the foreign investor. They should be able to invest their money in India because of the cheap labor available here, cheap land available here, and thirdly, some of the raw materials are also available in our country. And whatever the raw materials we are importing to our country from other countries, there we should reduce the tariff. We should reduce the tariff. Say that input on raw material, we should levy 5% tariff. But once the finished product is there, we should go for 10% tariff. So this will attract the investment in our country. So this is in nutshell what I wanted to say about the tariff reprieve and tariff trade war. Another thing is that we have got apparel industry. Apparel industry means कपड़ों की इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर हमें ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. हमारे कपड़ों की रिक्वायरमेंट अमेरिका में बहुत ज्यादा है, प्रोवाइडेड हम उनकी क्वालिटी कंट्रोल और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दोनों को बढ़ा दें. सो हाउ कैन वी improve quality control and manufacturing? First of all, we require man-made fiber. We require man-made fiber. What is man-made fiber? Man-made fiber means the fiber which is cultivated, which is cultivated. The components of these fibers are polyester and viscose. Polyester and viscose. So we import these two things, that is polyester and viscose. So we levy high import duty on polyester and viscose. So I was talking of non-trade, non-tariff barriers. So now we need to reduce the high tariff on polyester and viscose in order to have good large scale manufacturing as well as high quality manufacturing so that our goods are accepted by the America. Not only America, but United States and United Kingdom also, European Union also. So then we should focus on machinery toys, gems, footwear, leather. We should focus on gem, footwear, leather, machinery toys. So this is in nutshell I want to say about the trade and tariff war. Now we'll go to some of the articles and we'll see that what the editor of the newspaper is talking on these subjects. I think is it visible to you? So read about this American retreat article we have shared in the Telegram. Do read about it. This we have discussed in Reprieve for 90 days. It is the same article. Do read about it. Then we have another article where Trump's tariff will disrupt the global trading system and collapse economies. This article, you can read this article also. Trump tariff will disrupt global trading system and collapse economies. Then this article also next up for market, a crisis of confidence in US dollar. Read this article also. Then this article also you read it. US tariff may pair India's financial year 26 real GDP growth by up to 0.3%. Also go through this article. This is the research of one of the team. Go through this article. Inflation expected to be caused by exchange rate volatility. It will its effect to be largely on the wholesale price index also. So do read this article. Now questions from your side. Do read this article also. Will Trump's tariff bring in recession? Do this article we have shared. Will Trump's tariff bring in a recession? Kindly go through this article. Now questions from your side. सुमित वर्मा जी आज आप लेट आए हैं, टाइम पे आया करो. Okay, then if no questions, then we'll stop it here. Thank you very much for attending the class. Be in time to get the maximum out of the details we have prepared for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.